Yeah, that's what's happening.
That's right. Well, you've heard us talk about the Alzheimer's Association's walk to end Alzheimer's quite a bit lately here on Good Morning Idaho. It's coming up on October 4th.
Yeah, and Today 6 is a very proud sponsor of that event and believes in bringing awareness to this cause. Our own Jay Bates has a close connection with ALZ. He's live at the Alzheimer's Association office in Boise this morning, where they're gearing up for that big walk, and it is quite a big walk, Jay.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. We are down here at the Alzheimer's Association offices. Where are we? Are we Garden City or Boise?
We're Boise right now, but we're really, really close to Garden City.
We could throw a rock and get there. So just in case you want to stop by. Anyway, we were hanging out with a bunch of the volunteers this morning because there's a lot to do. The walk is coming up on October 4th. Mackenzie Rogers is here. What's your exact title?
Executive Director.
Or in charge. That's what I just like to say. I do whatever Mackenzie says. So a lot of the volunteers enjoying a little breakfast right now. But a little bit later, we're going to put together some T-shirts and flowers and all that kind of stuff. How many volunteers does it take to put on this walk?
Oh my gosh, probably close to 100 when it's all said and done. It's a lot of people.
All right, so how many people are we expecting this year?
So this year we're expecting 1,800.
1,800.
We're really hoping to break 2,000, so everybody needs to come.
There you go, if you don't need anything else. We're raising money, obviously, for the Alzheimer's Association. Give me a kind of a brief overview. We'll talk to Christine a little bit later about exactly what it goes to, but what does the money help with?
So the Walk to End Alzheimer's is the world's largest event to raise money for research, care, and support for Alzheimer's disease nationwide.
All right, there's a lot of things that are going to be going on this morning. We're going to be putting together some of the things that we'll be needing at the walk. There's, of course, the T-shirts. We're going to talk and find out what Champions Club is and a whole lot more. So that's as we continue the morning. We're going to kind of kick everything off for the Alzheimer's Association last 2 weeks to try and raise money for this for October 4th. By the way, Spencer, you still have all of your hair, and you haven't donated yet.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you remember or not.
But
yeah, Rachel donated. Spencer Blake, not so much.
All right, well, I'll have to make that donation then because I don't think the bosses want me losing the hair. So that will definitely come, and I will definitely be a part of that walk as well, Jay. So thanks for that report this morning.
All right, thank you so much, Jay. We'll be checking in with him here on Good Morning Idaho and on all of the On Your Side newscasts as well. The Alzheimer's Association's Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up on October 4th.
You might have seen Jay and me don some high heels for that one. If you see some promos running on these channels.
My high heels, might I add.
You'll understand what that was all about. And Jay is live this morning with the Alzheimer's Association. Jay, this is a pretty big walk. You've been talking about, what was it, the Champions Club?
Yeah, we will get to the Champions Club. First off, I want to show everybody, look, no high heels. See, AJ? There you go. Totally normal shoes this morning. We're down here at the Alzheimer's Association's offices where our smallest volunteer is hard at work. And we're going to talk to her coming up in the next hour, right? Promise? Okay. That'll be fun. All right, we want to go back here because I want to talk to Christine. Hi, were you getting bananas? No. We have donuts and everything. We could have some of those. All right, so everybody's gathered around a laptop over here because they're trying to raise money right now through the Alzheimer's website. But first, we want to talk to Christine. Christine Bubb is the Community Outreach Specialist for the Alzheimer's Association. What does that mean?
That means that for all the money that we raise, I actually take the money and go out and do free programs, free education, support groups, really just provide any resources we can to families, especially if they have a diagnosis, so they don't feel like they're alone. You know?
And when I first started to go through this, that was actually one of the things. We walked out the doctor's office, and there was really nobody standing there. Give people an idea of what these support groups are and how much it's grown in the last couple of years.
Well, we now have support groups in Ada County, Canyon County, the Magic Valley. We're adding one soon in Mountain Home and in Meridian, and they're caregiver support groups. So the caregivers can go and talk about what's happening with their loved ones, you know, as they move through the different stages, coping mechanisms, treatment plans, you know, everything that they don't get, you know, when they walk out of the doctor's office, and they just get emotional support. So they get to talk to people, they get to get out of the house and talk to other people who are going through what they're going through, so they just don't feel so hopeless and alone.
So a lot of times people ask, what does the money go for? That is one of the things. People helping other people that have been diagnosed with disease and the people who are taking care of them. So another thing that all the money goes for. So we'll talk to more of the volunteers, and we'll hang out with Nicole a little bit coming up here on Good Morning Idaho. Back to you guys.
All right, great information. Thank you so much, Jay.
So you know where that money's going to,
Yep.
and exactly what it's being used for.
That's right.
All right, right now it's 5:52. Gas and used car prices are down, and a new teen-oriented movie franchise is up.
ABC, you've heard us talk about it quite a bit here on Good Morning Idaho. The Alzheimer's Association's Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up just a week from Saturday on October 4th.
Yeah, and Jay Bates is very involved with that, not only here as a part of the On Your Side team, but because that's something he does in his own free time, because this is an organization that is very, very near to his heart. So, Jay, you're really live this morning with a bunch of your friends, as I understand.
And taking things very seriously, it looks like, as well. Yeah.
We're having a pretty good time this morning. We are playing with the pinwheels, which we will explain the pinwheels coming up a little bit later. But first, I'm lightheaded. I really am. All right. We're going to talk to one of the littlest volunteers. Good morning. Your name?
Nicole.
Nicole, how are you?
Good.
Why are you up this early?
Because I wanted to be up this early.
That's great. All right. I know your mom is helping to raise money, but so are you. Tell everybody how much money you've already raised so far.
$178.
That is awesome. Why are you deciding to raise money for Alzheimer's?
So my great-grandpa had Alzheimer's and he died, and so I can help all the other people who have Alzheimer's.
That is so great. So if by chance you want to help Nicole out, alz.org/walk, and you can look for her team. Do you remember your team name?
No.
What's your team now, Mom? One more. There you go. Just type in one more in the search bar. All right, so these little pinwheels are a big part of the Walk to End Alzheimer's program, and they all have different colors, and they all mean different things. So joining us now is a leadership council member, Cody Freston, who's going to explain to me, why are there different color pinwheels?
There are different color pinwheels because they represent people's connection with Alzheimer's. There is a color that represents if you have Alzheimer's. There's a color that represents if you are an advocate, if you have lost somebody for Alzheimer's, and if you're currently caring for somebody with Alzheimer's disease.
So what will happen right now is the volunteers are snapping all these together, and then the day of the walk, we'll get them all out, and all the people will get a flower representing them, and then there'll be a moment where we'll put them all out in the field, so you'll get to see just how many people this touches throughout the course of everyone's lives. So we'll have more here from the Alzheimer's Association offices coming up throughout the morning. Right now, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right. Really neat. I can just picture the field of flowers. You know, that's really neat.
With all those different colors. And it is nice to reach out to that, because some people are in different situations when it comes to
For sure.
that horrible disease.
All right, well, Apple and Alibaba are off to strike. That's coming up next Saturday, a week from Saturday on October 4th. And we're still talking about it this morning. It's a great event.
Yep, Jay Bates has been live in Boise this morning with the Alzheimer's Association. He's been talking with one of the youngest volunteers. He's been talking about pinwheels and their very special meaning. And Jay just giving us a lot of details of what is going on over there this morning.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. We actually have also been talking this morning, putting a face to this disease, and Rachel got a chance to sit down with Lisa DeDapper, and she is joining us this morning along with John Blameyer. Thanks so much for getting up with us this morning. We appreciate it. Why did you decide, I got the exact same question asked of me, I want to ask you, why did you decide to be so public about this disease?
Well, you know, it was a surprise to me when it happened, and I think it was a surprise to everyone else. And I just thought I didn't want to hide, and I didn't want to run away. I didn't want to change my life. I wanted to keep doing the things I was doing, and the best way for me to do that was to just continue with my activities the best I could, and just stay out there. And,
One of the things that I wanted people to kind of see also was John's role in this, because being like having a loved one have this disease and being kind of a caretaker and helping, that's got to be tough on you as well to see this.
It is, but it isn't. You know, it's been every day. It's a new challenge. Every day we find things new and different. We laugh a lot. We laugh more than we cry, and we realize that it's a progression, and it's affecting a lot of people. All over the United States.
It's funny that you mentioned the laughing, because that's one of the things I tell people. That's how we get through it. We have to laugh. You have to make the jokes. Thank you so much for sitting down with us, and thanks for coming out again this morning. We'll look for you guys on October 4th.
you bet.
All right. October 4th, Walk to End Alzheimer, Kleiner Memorial Park. We'll have more coming up in our 7 o'clock hour here from the Alzheimer's Association offices. We will send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Jay. And Lisa and John do laugh a lot. That's one of the things I highlighted in my full story about Lisa coming up tonight on Today's 6 and Fox 9, is that laughter and support Just like that with sound effects and everything.
Pretty much how it happens. Yep. Just be careful, everybody.
Yep.
You've been warned. All right. Well, we've been talking a lot about the Alzheimer's Association this morning, and specifically about an event that's coming up that Today 6 is very involved in as well.
That's right. The Walk to End Alzheimer's is October 4th. We're a proud sponsor. We believe very much in bringing awareness to this cause. And in fact, our own Jay Bates has a very close personal connection with Alzheimer's, and he's live at the Alzheimer's Association office this morning talking about this big walk. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, you guys. That's right. The Walk to End Alzheimer's comes up on October the 4th at Kleiner Memorial Park in Meridian. It's at 11 a.m. Don't be late. Meantime, we have the cutest little model. You're like Vanna, look, with the pinwheels and stuff. And this is Nicole's mom. Don't forget, you can donate to Nicole's team. The name of the team is One More. You can find her on alz.org/walk. Look up Nicole, One More for the team. How much have you raised?
$178.
You know who you should ask? Go right over there to that guy named John and ask him for money. He could probably help you with it, okay?
Okay.
Meantime, we wanted to talk about these bags a little bit, and this is Tina, and Tina helps us put there she goes, she's on the way. Tina helps put together the Champions Club bags. Explain to us what the Champions Club is.
So the Champions Club is any fundraiser who raises $500 or more. And with that, obviously, it goes to help all the causes we've talked about this morning. But once you become a member of that club, you get put in for a lot of great prizes. You get a bag with a lot of good freebie goodies. And then we do a raffle at the walk that gives out the prizes we've raised.
So that's the $500 level. This year, for the first time, you're going to do a $1,000 level, too. What does Grand Champions Club raise?
So Grand Champions Club is brand new this year, like you said. There's some extra things in the bags. There's some extra prizes that are just have a lot more value to them, and those are special to anybody who makes the Grand Champions Club.
All right. And you can enter to win an iPad. I'm hearing from the whispers in the background. I know, right? So what are you at now?
$178.
That's everything I got. $3. Because every little bit helps. And you know what? I'm out of money. I'll have to go hit an ATM or something. But Spencer Blake will donate to your team. How's that? I'll make sure that he does that, right, Spencer?
Yeah, I'll donate to that team. One more, right?
You could do $3.
One more.
Right.
One more is the name of the team. I mean,
What?
is-
Oh,
is
I
what
see.
I'm- yeah,
One
the name
more.
of the team.
All
Yeah.
right.
Jay Bates looks like he works in TV with the $3 there. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Jay. It's now 7:14.
Carl, always good to know what you're getting into
Absolutely.
as you head out the door. Well, you've heard us talk about it quite a bit lately on Good Morning Idaho. The Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up on October 4th.
We are a proud sponsor of that event, and Jay Bates it has been a big reason that that this is so close and personal to us because of his connection to Alzheimer's, and he's live at the Alzheimer's Association office in Boise this morning. Hey, Jay.
Good morning, you guys. That's right. Hanging out here with Lisa and John. Lisa's my friend. Yeah, I have a personal connection. My father has dementia, and it's been diagnosed since, I think, 2009. Lisa has a very personal connection. I got to say, again, I've said this to many people, one of the bravest people I know. I really appreciate you being able to talk about all this. Tell me about how it's kind of changed your life. How has your routine changed?
I think that, for me, it's always been really important to stick with my friends. Mm-hmm. So I've been very active with my friends still, and luckily they'll come to where I am if I can't go where they are. And that's been a great way to keep kind of the normal parts of my life going on and staying in touch with what they're doing. And I do some volunteer work, and I stay active in that regard. Those kinds of things, I think, are helping me through all of this because it's normal. It's regular, everyday stuff that everybody else is doing.
And, it's one of those things where anybody that's watching at home probably doesn't see any change in you whatsoever. What are the little things that people might not have noticed that you thought something might be wrong?
The main thing for me is short-term memory. So you could tell me your name and 2 seconds later I'll forget it. It doesn't compute. Mm-hmm. Nothing sticks. So that's probably the biggest thing is the short-term memory. Long-term memory for me is still really good. Mm-hmm. I can go way back and I can tell you what happened.
In that first grade picture that we saw?
First grade picture you saw, yeah, exactly. I can remember all those things, but it's the short-term things. John, for instance, will say, we'll be leaving in 10 minutes, and I have to say, what? when are we leaving? 5 seconds later, I have to ask again and again and again. So it's really that short-term memory that I'm struggling with right now.
Well, you two have been great through all of this. Their story is actually going to air tonight on Fox 9 at 9 o'clock, and again on our sister station, today's 6 coming up at 10 o'clock. You saw the promo. Are you guys excited?
Yeah, of course. I want to see what you're doing.
It's going to be great, so be sure to tune in for that, and thanks again for getting up with us this morning. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Jay. And Lisa and John are just such a great couple, and they're facing this head-on with laughter and brevity and humor, and they have a great story in that piece coming up that I got to do tonight, and some funny moments that they shared with me, even, through the diagnosis. So it's a good story.
You're glad that there are funny moments
Absolutely.
in a story that's that serious.
You have to find them.
Yeah.